Man, it's been about 2 fucking weeks.
Or do anything to save his career. In the past 48 hours, he has talked about how he sucked a trans man's dick just to seem more left leaning politically and bisexual.
What?
I want to remind you, this guy said that his ex abused him because she threw plushies at him while he slammed doors, broke shit, and punched holes in walls. And then he gets upset at anybody if they repeat his own words. Next.
I'm afraid the good job is frying me.
Like, I'm too much. Yo, use your brain for a second. You don't.
Yeah, but why would the person involved tell you how to operate around this? You know what I mean? I feel like that's also a problem. Like, does that make sense? Why would the person currently involved in that should you take their word for it and just and then operate the way they want you to? They are the most biased person to talk to about how you should operate things because they're the most involved.
All these women in the drama, so why is XQC the one cooking?
But yeah, he was like some cute little 16-year-old, and
If a man said this, Brett, imagine the outcry. It's really weird. All I'm saying. Anyway, even Black Boy Max chimed in.
he was actually 16. You know,
Tenant roommate. Oh, holy shit. This is getting a little confusing for me.
There it is.
What is y'all talking about?
Yep.
His current girlfriend slept with a minor.
Yep.
And how old was she when that happened? Wow. Holy shit. Saying allegedly. She just said this in a 4K. Yeah, she just.
Wait, RK and Bonnie are dating? Wait, is this real? Nah. Another one of these chicks is faking a relationship again? Oh my god. Shit is so corny, bro. Shit is so corny. Oh my god, I want a feud. Jesus.
I said that in a wave file, actually. Bro, we heard that Crispy is. There's no allegedly, like she just said that.
Straight up.
18, she was 18. Wow. Okay.
I feel like the way she was talking about it didn't help her case either. She was talking about like getting Minecraft XP, and this might be her only opportunity to be with like a minor.
this is like my only time to like have sex with somebody's younger than me.
She was
Right, like that is weird as fuck. She was 22, not 18. These cucks lied to make it sound better. Hey, I'll be real. That's what I think too. Hey, I'm sorry. 22 and 16 is insane. That's like jail time insane. That's crazy.
Imagine a 22-year-old guy did that with a 16-year-old girl, bro.
You already know the arguments
Instant.
that will come out, 18 and 16,
Instant,
right? They're both in
bruh.
the same high school, but 22 and 16,
Jail for life,
No,
bruh.
that's absolutely a
No parole.
What are we talking about?
also don't know how old she really was because she hasn't said anything. She's been radio silent on this topic.
Yeah, and I bet she's gonna admit it, right? I would need to see the VOD of when she said it and the timestamp on when it was said. Because that's the thing, right? You know? And I'm gonna be real, I'm not gonna trust a damn word she says, to be honest. Because we all know she's gonna lie. I'm gonna need to see proof, 100%.
Like you getting exposed to drama and you're referred to as Sida's friend and Emeru's roommate, that's tragic.
True.
Even TechZone chimed in. Men's lives are over if they get accused of things women have admitted to actually doing. Disgusting world.
Man, that's stupid.
Why in the am I in this fucking prison cell? Come on!
It's Bonnie. Oh god, I get more hate from my Genshin Impact baddies. So what if Paimon is 11?
What shit? I'm gonna fuck.
Paimon is 11. Genshin Impact baddies. So what if Paimon is 11?
What shit? I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. If another motherfucker calls me a pedophile because of your videos, bro, I'm gonna fuck.
She is fiction.
Dude, I feel like if Paimon were to visit me, I feel like we'd just be best friends.
Sina is
What's wrong with? It was a sarcastic tier list. Also saying best friends. What the fuck? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Jesus, man. You WestJet, you Valorant ass fat, bro. Fuck this, man. I need a WestJet podcast? Maybe. We'll see.
receiving backlash for openly defending Bonnie and continuing to associate with her 30-year-old roommate Bonnie, who has openly admitted to cracking a 16-year-old minor. You mean a 16? Bro, this guy's making it sound like she was 30 with a 16. feel like I can't even blame Sina too hard. Like, I understand the hypocrisy because, like, let's be honest, nobody wants their best friend to be Diddy. I still can't get over the fact that a lot of this was dropped on Sina during a diss track, which
She wouldn't defend the guy.
wasn't even targeted at Bonnie or Sina. It was targeted
If it
at
was a
this
guy,
one
she would
guy named Art
leave
who
him
was
out to
currently
dry.
dating Bonnie, apparently. Bro.
I don't think they are. Unless I'm missing. I don't want to talk about it. Hey, fuck it. It's their business.
This so unemployed for even me, Matt. No, and genuinely, I wouldn't be making this video if tax season wasn't coming up soon because, you know, I spent all my money on rapper chains. I need some dinero. It's not because what she did wasn't bad, but because, like, who the even is this? I do think
The
that
fuck?
Oh,
Nigga, you just got home.
her staying fully radio silent on this isn't really a good look. I feel like it'd be much easier to come out and be like, yeah, we were both in high school. F off. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you think she's the...
Yeah, just go live and lie. It's really that easy. It's really that easy. Hold on, it's free tech tone trending in West End comments. Let me just double check. We need way more free tech tones. Jail tone segment. Guys, there is no free tech tones in the comments. What the fuck? Free tech tone. Thank you. Come on. Yes. Thank you. God damn, about time. Can I get some hey, I didn't do nothing. Watching a video called Why People Are Avoiding Relationships. Well, there's a lot of reasons. And the majority in large is because bitches are fucking crazy. All the pressure of maintaining a relationship is pretty much put on the back of a man. And also a lot of the financial burden is put on the back of a man. And also, men are required to do a lot of things. And if you say women are required to do anything, well then you're misogynist. And also, whenever you break up with a woman, then they have 10 years to decide, well, whether they like that relationship or not, and if they want to destroy your life. The reason why people are avoiding relationships is because many relationships are obliterating men's lives, and that's the God's honest truth. Let's get into it.
Okay, wait, I'm so pissed off. I just got home from a date. The guy walked out literally 10 minutes into our date. So we matched on Hinge, and I have really good photos of him.
Okay, pause. What the fuck is Hinge? I don't know what that is.
It's probably just a dating
Tinder?
site.
My only experience with Tinder
Probably a
was I
fucking dating
matched with
site.
this one goth chick. This was like 10 years ago. I got her to send a video of her gargling ranch, and then I jerked off to it, and then I blocked her. Is she your Tinder? Okay, gotcha. All right, let's keep going.
Myself on Hinge.
Literally.
A few of them are AI generated. They look exactly like me.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. I feel like if you weren't trying to misrepresent something about your appearance, you wouldn't be using AI.
While we were out on our coffee / like walking date, within like the first 15 minutes, he asked me where one of my photos was taken. I'm not a liar, so I said that it was an AI generated photo.
Hey, Bruce.
That is not you. My God. That's why. That's not even the same person. Bro, you look fucking 40, maybe even 50 in real life. That chick looks 18, 19, 20 tops. I'd walk out too because the guy probably thinks he's on a date with the wrong woman.
And he said, yeah, I don't think we're a match. And he left. That seems so dramatic to me.
No, that is fucking based as shit. Stand on business. Okay? I'm sorry, women. When you're using that much mud, when you're using that many filters on every single profile picture, and you're boring as shit to talk to, you should expect to get walked out on, especially when you're making the man pay for the date.
And also, like, everyone is using AI generated photos. If they look like you, who cares? The ones I use with Dreamlands look exactly.
Who cares? Well, they're not you, retard. If I were to use the AI version of myself, I'd be drowning in more pussy than I already am.
Exactly like me. They're not like the crappy ChatGPT ones. So what is the difference? Who cares? I don't know. If you're a straight man.
Because it's not you, dumbass. And if you're going to lie about how you look, what are you not going to lie about?
And let me know. What do you think?
You've got to be kidding me. You're gaslighting, right? It's easy to see why the guy was mad. The most noticeable thing that it got rid of was your acne. Less noticeable to guys, but her hair looks super dry and frizzy in real life compared to the AI photo.
Plus, the bitch looks like a monkey with a wig on, bro. Like, straight up. I'm sorry, bro. Like, this chick, she has not fully evolved yet into human. She didn't get all the way there. She snatched some weave off some other motherfucker from, like, the fucking shopping mall or some shit. Like, this bitch is more simian than she is humanoid.
And last, I think the most important one is that it removed wrinkles that are here, and here,
Facts.
which makes you look several years younger than you actually are. But you know what? Good. I love the idea of women using AI photos on dating apps, because the more severe the catfish, the more people will stop trying to find relationships on their phone.
True.
These apps are cancer. They're like
True.
if mobile game companies took over the relationship market. Anyway, it's been a while on this channel, so I thought we'd check back in with modern internet dating and see how it's going.
And ladies, even men who went to Harvard.
Oh, here we go, guys. Let's see what the hippo thinks, guys.
Business school are losers. I just went on a first date with a man. He picked a restaurant. I knew that this restaurant was a happening restaurant, but he picked it, and he went to Harvard. I thought that he knew to see if he was going to need a reservation. He went to Harvard.
If you don't think this is a made-up story for TikTok femcels, then you're an idiot. I believe this person more than I believe her.
I got catcalled twice on this walk.
What the fuck even is that? Hell no. If I say something, I'm in trouble. You can say whatever the fuck you want, bro. That is a freak, dog. Jesus. Everybody's snatching weaves these days. Soiled it? True. Yeah, but bro, you ain't Cat Cole. People ran like cats away from you. It looks like a fucking ogre. I am actually in shock. What is that?
No, you didn't. TikTok as a whole, especially the dating meta, is literally just the Arthur meme.
How do you know if any of this stuff is true? You mean, just lie? You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
That shit is so hilarious, and no matter how many times I watch this, it progressively gets funnier every year.
I just mean that some of the details...
No, I never thought of that. This is terrible. What if none of it's true? What if they're all lying? How would we ever know?
If they only knew how many social media influencers would base their entire careers off of telling incredibly obvious lies that people are too stupid to recognize. I mean, how many men are taking dating advice on women from guys who are obviously in the closet, and how many women are taking pointers from other women who are obviously prostitutes? I can't believe we still have women saying shit like this after relationship guru The Wizard Liz got cheated on by a Pokimane simp.
My husband loves me for simply existing.
How do you and your husband split finances?
We don't. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money, and my money is my money.
And I just...
I'm sorry. I should not talk right now. I'm not going to address that woman. I'm good. But if you are a man and that is how your wife talks about you, you either got no respect for yourself. Nah, that's pretty much it. There's no other alternative. You need to dump that bitch and run. I promise you. Hey, just get a dog at that point. They will love you infinitely more. So many men are wasting their time on women that don't give a fuck about them. Just get a dog. Get a golden retriever. They will love you more than any of these bitches these days. These entitled-ass motherfuckers.
Just think now, like, people are like, oh, that's gold digging, or that's something. No, it's not.
Okay, then I'm digging.
Yeah,
For
okay.
gold.
Holy shit, this chick is married. Well, ultimately I blame the man in this situation, because as bad as all the catfishing and TikTok advice is, it's not nearly as problematic as the people who willingly choose the wrong partners, despite everyone trying to warn them.
True.
However, it is entertaining to watch them double down publicly, especially if I don't like them, so let's talk about it. The woman you just saw is Jesslyn Singh. She's the wife of an Indian stand-up comedian named Akash, and she has...
I hate how I now know who this is, because the internet, whenever there's a dumb woman, they make sure that I'm the first person to tell about it. Because they know I'm going to say what they are too afraid to say about it.
There's a podcast and a TikTok account where she started cannibalizing the career of her husband for views by openly talking about what a degenerate she is.
Yeah, what a great marriage. What a great relationship. What a great content relationship. Our gimmick is that I shit on my husband and I treat him like shit. Wow. Very empowering. Hey, women, you should grow up to be insufferable bitches. Woo! Amazing. If you put enough mud on your face, maybe you'll find a retard big enough to actually let you do this.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college, so... For context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my...
and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate.
So, lesson number 1 of the internet is to keep your mouth shut. Everyone should treat the internet like a police encounter instead of like a therapist. Anything you say
True.
can and will be used against you by your enemies.
Oh, trust me. I know that. Yep. Hey, it's too late for me, boys. But you guys, be careful what you say, be careful what you tweet.
Especially if your husband is in a male-centered space like a comedy podcast. Akash, did you not sit your wife down and tell her that it's a bad idea to talk about how promiscuous she was in college?
Yeah, well, I don't think that she gave him permission to do that.
Clearly he didn't, because that's not even the worst thing that she did.
He's on my hall pass list.
Oh, yeah.
Chase Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, and who else? Dean Thomas from the Harry Potter movies.
Would y'all ever have an orgy together with your husband?
Priya, I'm actively trying to have an orgy because this couple is so fucking good looking, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband.
There's a difference being a...
I'm sorry, bro. Sometimes you just need to smack a bitch. If she talking that crazy publicly, ruining your name as a man, talking about some hall pass bullshit, absolutely not. What the fuck? Women are way too comfortable these days, man. That is horrible. That's what I'm saying, man. You need to find yourself a girl. Because love is one thing. You need to find a woman that respects you. Because if your woman doesn't respect you, this is what your relationship's going to look like. If your woman thinks she's the prize, this is what the relationship's going to look like. Neither member is the prize. Okay? You are equals. This is disgusting.
Scammer and being a hustler. Two very different things.
Okay.
I'm a hustler who scams a little bit. I'm not a scammer who hustles.
Lie, that was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have a...
This is a divorce moment right here. If my
Straight
wife
up.
told me that she wanted to have sex with her best friend's husband, said it numerous times on the podcast, and then brought me on to talk about it while she flirts with that guy right in front of me, I would be calling my lawyer and drafting up papers. Now, for all the people saying that these situations are just random and you can never tell if a woman will treat you like this in the future, know that people always show signs that they aren't worth marrying if you wait a little bit before making a commitment.
True.
This one was obviously a bad idea. Her and her friend's entire personalities are TikTok.
Like, you don't have to justify your presence as, you know, wanting to be in your divine feminine energy and staying at home and not having as much stress.
You must be so desperate for sex to hear someone talk like this and say, yeah, I'm going to wife that up. Jesus.
Didn't wish her a happy
Birth month?
her happy birth month.
Nah,
Happy
this
birth
month
week.
gotta stop.
Happy birthday Eve.
Eve, today. He didn't wish me happy birthday,
Happy
Eve.
birthday Eve.
Yes.
That was like watching a horror film. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, but there comes a point where you have to be honest about your situation and do what's necessary. But of course, they didn't do that, which is why this is entertainment. So Akash and his wife started going viral because of clips like this, and I have to say that this is a no-win situation for these two. They screwed up badly, and the only thing they can do is shut up and wait 2 weeks for everyone to forget about it.
No one's going to forget this shit. All right, this guy will be known as a professional cock for the rest of his life. And because the wife isn't interesting enough to make any type of compelling content without completely humiliating and degrading her husband, now his legacy as a man is ruined forever. And I cannot tell you how many women do that to their men. Why do they do it? I don't know.
Because the reality was that most of Akasha's fans didn't know about any of this, and it was just drama YouTubers making fun of them, so they could have just stayed quiet. But instead of being smart and keeping the hate isolated to people who don't even watch them, they decide to do a podcast where Akash looks super uncomfortable the whole time. And we are assured that everything that Jesleen said was just a misunderstanding.
The repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
What does a roster mean?
So it didn't actually translate to a roster. It just meant like 2 guys I was talking to.
Fucking liar. Lying ass bitch, bro. Absolutely not.
Flirting with at the same time. That's it.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when you say hooking up, I think people
When
think you
I
meant
mean
fucking.
hooking up, I just meant making out. Again.
Cap, by the way, give this chick a shower and let's see how good she looks afterwards.
Like everything I say is so amplified and hyperbolic because it's so like incongruous to who I actually am as a person.
Right. So you're saying you're a big old prude.
Yeah, literally.
Let me just say, as a person who uses Twitter, I don't think saying that you're Indian as an excuse for your behavior is going to make people trust you.
But I have IBS. There's no way. I do have IBS.
Indian food's never going to beat the allegations. So Jesleen is claiming that she's innocent and was a virgin until she met Akash, but I don't believe her at all. If you listen to both episode 6 and episode 7 of her podcast, it's apparent that she's had
Yeah, no thanks, I'm good.
sexual contact with multiple men, even saying that being good at oral is a green flag. How would she know how to judge that if she's only been with one person? Best case scenario is that she's trying to misrepresent herself on the lines of technically being a virgin because she didn't have vaginal intercourse. Though I don't believe her on that either, because trying to push your close friends into group sex is not the move of someone who has only had sex with one person. Neither is wearing incredibly revealing clothing on Instagram. So there's no way she didn't understand American cultural norms like the meaning of hooking up as the wife of someone who used to be on a show called Guy Code where they talked about stuff like that. Also, the prostitute philosophy about how a guy should value you just for existing around him doesn't make her look innocent either.
Nope.
This entire podcast just makes Jesleen look worse, and it makes Akash look like a loser. Right here was probably the most telling.
Well, it doesn't make him look like a loser. He is a loser. If your partner is out there running your name through the fucking mud, and you as a man, not even, you as a person aren't stepping in to do something about that shit, you have no value whatsoever because you can't even respect yourself, you can't even control your partner and what they do or don't do, or like this blatantly shit talking you publicly. Like, come on, man. Like, you have to say something, and if you don't feel like you have the proper communication skills with your partner, you need to fucking leave him immediately, or you're completely whipped. But I don't even think this guy is that bad looking. He looks all right. He's like a 4.5. He's got money, you know. So like, what is this guy doing, bro?
Moment for me.
You're cool with him just getting a hand job massage?
Totally.
Are you Yeah, I know.
Yes. I've said that it's less work for me.
I don't. This is. I don't.
Can you talk to our wives?
Hold on. I don't believe this. You can't tell you why I don't believe this. You know the horrible decisions?
Yeah.
You guys were like, dude, I think your girl will be down. We should keep saying how pretty Weezy is. And I was like, even then, I was like, no, the fuck. She's all talk. She's all bluster. That's why I haven't tested the
A
handgun.
paper tiger.
She's our dog. She's a yapping little dog behind a fence.
I'm guessing she thinks that this is like a 4D chess move to cover up for the fact that she wants to cheat. She's only saying it's okay for him to do it because, for one, she knows that he won't, and because, two, if she does cheat, she can say, well, yeah, but I said that you could do it if you wanted to.
There it is.
Nobody who actually loves you and is emotionally connected would allow a hall pass. This is one of those moments where a really bad person is trying to LARP as a good person, but doesn't actually know what a good person would say in that moment, so anything she says just further exposes her. The correct move was to apologize.
The moment your partner says they're okay with you cheating, it's because, one, they're thinking about cheating, or two, they've already cheated. That's a goddamn fact. Great video this is.
To her husband, ignore the haters, never bring this up again, and stop oversharing and treating the internet like your therapist.
Yep.
Also, Akash, you're on the road a lot as a comedian. I would not trust this chick to be faithful when you aren't around.
Hell
because
no.
when it comes to people like Jesleen, I think the reality is that they actually despise the person that they're with, which is why she treats them poorly and can't help but say inappropriate stuff.
I guarantee you, this chick is with this guy because he's successful, he's a means to an end, he spoils her, and while he's paying for everything, this chick is fucking anything that moves.
I think a part of the gaslight from Akash on this is that Jesleen, slept on the floor with him one time when he was broke, but also they broke up when he was broke, and she mysteriously got back together with him right around the time that he started making money again,
There it is.
which is suspicious considering all the gold digger ideology that comes out of her mouth. However, no matter how ride or die she was in the past, I don't think that justifies her present treatment of her significant other. Now, they haven't had any drama since, as far as I've seen, and her podcast appears to have been canceled, so hopefully a caution is...
Well, thank fucking God for that. Yeah, this podcast that completely obliterated a public figure's professional career, all for what? 200,000 views? You completely nuked a guy's life for 200,000 views. 2,000 subscribers. Embarrassing as shit. Main character pod. Yeah, they definitely believe they're the main characters.
Wife have learned their lesson. But speaking of people who are much further down the line of publicly displaying how unhealthy their relationship dynamic is, allow me to introduce you to Anissa Joma and her...
Yes! Let's go! Shit on them more! Fuck these two! Let's get it, baby!
husband, Ian Joma, formerly known as Ian Washburn.
The only reason why we changed or chose my name over his last name is because his last name is like just objectively ugly. It's just like an ugly last name. Like Washburn sounds horrendous.
In the past,
why would you ever want to go live and badmouth your partner, the person you're supposed to love more than anybody in your entire life? Genuine. I don't understand why anybody would go live and run their partner's name through the mud and then have a chat that supports that. That is shocking, bro. That is shocking.
You might have recognized Anissa as the prostitute Twitch streamer girlfriend of the once popular creator iDubbbz, who was famous for doing a creator deep dive series called Content Cop.
One of the best series of all time. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. God, iDubbbz used to be so cool, bro. He used to be so cool.
That was very well liked by a huge portion of the internet.
Yep.
But in more recent years, it's become obvious that she wears the pants in the relationship, and therefore she has graduated from being called iDubbbz's girlfriend. And
this humiliation fetish shit is weird as shit. iDubbbz's husband has just ruined his entire life.
And earned herself her own name.
Can we chill on like asking if Ian's here or whatever? Like I get it's funny or whatever, but I've spent like the past 4 years living in his shadow, so to speak, and like I've been trying to do my own thing on the internet for 7 years.
Yeah, your own thing on the internet, by the way, is showing your butthole for $4. Okay, bitch, I can buy the Fortnite Battle Pass for more than that. That's how much you value what is supposed to be something that you only showed the person that you love more than anybody else on earth. And you sell that shit for the price of a McDonald's cheeseburger. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna respect a hoe who shows her pussy for less than a fucking value meal at KFC. I'm good, bro. You have no self-respect.
Before I even met him, and it is painful. I'd rather have 5 people want to be here for me than like a bunch asking for Ian.
Jesus.
Congrats, Anissa. Now you're the star. Talking about you now draws far more interest than talking about iDubbbz. You made it, and all you had to do was tank the career of your husband so that it would be easy for you to outshine him.
There it is.
Personally, I think this is the move of a true anti-capitalist.
I'm more extreme than Ian, where I'm like pretty anti-capitalist. I hate landlords.
Now, for those of you who have jobs and don't have time to keep up with all the iDubbbz drama over the past 5 years, basically what happened is that iDubbbz, or Ian, got into a relationship with Anissa. Anissa has always wanted to be a popular streamer, but she's untalented, so she's jealous of the success of her husband. Because she's jealous, instead of being happy for her partner's success, she constantly sabotages his career by publicly shaming him, and instead of getting rid of this girl who obviously doesn't love him, Ian defends her, and...
I cannot tell you how draining it is when you have a partner that hates how you're more successful than them. It is possibly the most uncomfortable experience where I was in a relationship in my past where I had to apologize when my Twitter post would do well and theirs wouldn't. Or when my streams would do well and theirs wouldn't. And they would always say, what do you have that I don't have? But I don't get it. And just being berated for just being successful is like such an uncomfortable experience. If your partner needs to be happy for your success, because your success is, you know, it should be our success, right? Your partners, you know, you're supposed to be with each other for your entire life. So hating your husband because they're more successful for you is insane. You should build each other up.
Even more damning in terms of social media, he stopped making content that people like. Now, like I said with Jesseline, The blackpilling part of this is that oftentimes in these cases, people just see the end result and make claims that you can never tell if your partner will end up like this or not. But the reality is that girls like Anissa and Jasleen always show signs that they will become like this in the future early on in the relationship. In Anissa's case, it was day one.
2016 would also be the year Anissa would begin her relationship with the once popular YouTuber, iDubbbz.
The once popular YouTuber is insane to say. Oh man, that's rough, dude. He used to be such a legend. He needs to go back to saying the N-word, man.
This relationship started out as all healthy ones do, with Anissa cheating on her ex-boyfriend in order to be with Ian. That's right, before Anissa and Ian began dating, Anissa was in an active relationship with another League of Legends streamer named Acadian.
How did I never know this? Wait, this bitch is a confirmed cheater? Bro, if your chick cheats once, your chick is gonna cheat twice. You are not different. Anybody who can justify that shit in their head is not going to fix it. Oh my God. This guy's an even bigger loser than I thought. And I hate how when Anissa obliterates Ian's life, he is gonna have no one to blame but himself because everyone on planet Earth saw this shit coming besides him. This is crazy. How did I never know this? Is there a video about Anissa cheating on iDubbbz? I would love to watch that.
Anissa and Acadian began dating around late 2015, and this relationship lasted until the first day Anissa would meet Ian.
I don't know how you can see this as a man and be like, yeah, she definitely won't treat me like that, right? And when I say this, understand that Anissa started treating Ian like shit very early on. They got together in 2016, and in 2017, she was already being incredibly inappropriate with a YouTuber named Chris Raygun, who was also in a relationship with someone else at the time.
Stop.
Anissa being attracted to other men is a...
Bro, she looks like an autistic third grader with a weave. And like, listen, man, I'm not trying to hate just to hate, but this bitch looks retarded. Like, not even as a joke. Like, I'm saying that as like a factual statement. Like, this bitch looks like she embodies autism. We're sipping over this? Holy shit. Like, I used to have a buddy called Chet Tubbs who was like autistic as fuck. And like, he looked straight up just like this chick. That guy had a crazy cocaine issue. I'm assuming this whore does too, but I mean, oh my God. Like, this looks like Dora the Explorer grew up to be a prostitute. I mean, I'm sure, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't even think, I'm not even making jokes right now. Like, I'm just saying, I feel like I'm saying like factually provable statements at this point.
Common trope when she's in a relationship. Another man Anissa had a crush on around this time was named Chris Raygun. Anissa would also show her romantic interest on Chris on Twitter, where she tweeted out a shirtless photo of him with the...
Tweeting that shit in a relationship? Bro, that's weird. That's weird. Like, I want to say this. As an apology to the people who I used to date, I never realized how fucked up it was as a man to tweet out how hot I thought anime characters were. I think that shit's weird. I don't think I should have done that, right? But I thought because they weren't real, it's like, you know, it's like fine. But tweeting out real people sipping over that shit's weird. But I've learned my lesson, and I haven't done that shit in like a year and a half. So that's something that I wish I wasn't so comfortable with doing. Yeah, it's embarrassing, you know what I mean? Like that makes me feel bad about who I was. But the only thing I can do is grow. But yeah, tweeting out real people, thirst trapping over real people in a relationship, that's insane.
Caption full of thirsting and squirt emojis.
You know, personally, I think it's inappropriate to publicly post about your celebrity crushes when you're in a relationship, but I can look past that because it's like a fantasy. However, in Anissa's case, her celebrity crush that she is openly fangirling over while she's in a relationship with iDubbbz is someone she regularly interacts with.
Weird
and
as
really,
fuck.
I think the breaking point for Ian Joma was
Weird
around
as
5
fuck.
years ago when Anissa opened up an OnlyFans account. He got backlash and was like, actually, I'm okay with being a cuck.
For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. I think all of it is cool. I'm okay with sex workers and girls being slutty. It has no bearing on my life whatsoever.
Every guy will start off that way until you realize the sacredness of your relationship is completely out the window and you are cucking yourself Because while you're taking care of these people, nurturing them, being kind to them, hanging out with them, being there for them, everybody else is getting that same experience for $5. You can never be loyal to a person who sells herself sexually online. You cannot. It does not work. And some of the greatest men that I know, and I'm not going to mention names because I still love them for who they used to be. Some of the greatest men that I know got completely ruined by dating an OnlyFans bitch. And I didn't realize how bad it was. I did not realize how bad it was until recently. And you cannot respect yourself as a man if you are dating a woman who's whoring themselves out for other thousands of dudes jerking off them on the internet. You just can't. You cannot do it. You cannot do it, man.
As someone who watched this video the day it came out, I love watching it 5 years later knowing that this decision
It might seem fun for a little bit. It's not going to be good long term.
had such a huge effect on Ian's life that he's now so poor that he streams on the ground. I hope that in the current year, we've all started to see how toxic these open-minded beliefs are. It turns out that traditional values and prejudices were correct the whole time. Now, normally I would say this is sad, but iDubbbz is such a backstabbing POS that I enjoy every clip I see of Anissa shaming him.
If I look at you, even in like the viewfinder, extremely masculine chin, which is also why I like the buzz cut, because it like emphasizes your chin, and your like heavy brow. Like, I would argue you have one of the most... Part of the reason why I don't want to have a child with you is because I'm terrified if we have a girl, that she's going to have all your masculine features.
Isn't that interesting? I think about that a lot.
Yeah. I have never...
You could not waterboard me enough to be able to shit on my partner that hard publicly. That is insane. Holy shit. Like, you might as well just pull out his dick at that point and say, hey, look, this guy has a micro penis. You know, jerk his little boy dick off here and make fun of him when he comes. Like, this is humiliating. How does this guy look at himself in the mirror after this shit, bro?
Met somebody who has such an eagle face. Like, you have a very strong brow, which is very attractive on men. To be honest, there's a lot of attractive women that have that as well, like Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
But combined with me,
a autistic third grader with a wig.
I think the combination would be bad for a woman.
I think you're tripping.
I don't know.
Holy shit. No.
And that's the worst thing is you can tell by the way Ian's talking that he unironically wants to have a kid with this chick. What the fuck are they doing, man?
Ever in my best dreams would I have imagined a clip as...
Poor guy. Hey, don't feel bad for iDubbbz. He goes live on stream and he calls me a fucking rapist. So yeah, if you're feeling like sympathy for this guy, he deserves every ounce of misfortune that befalls him. He's a horrendous dick-sucking piece of shit.
Great as iDubbbz, looking like he's expressing interest in having kids towards the end, but Anissa says she thinks he's too ugly. I wonder if she would have said that about Chris Ray-Gun.
I actually don't think there's a world
where I appeal to straight women.
You could appeal to straight women.
I think you're right.
Oh my god!
Someone said, is there a look that appeals to everyone?
Hassan Abi appeals to everyone.
Oh my god. I will never get people who think it's okay to public...
I can't respect a man that cannot respect himself. Jesus. Did you see how small that guy's head was?
...shame their partner. For one, the more you shame your partner, the worse it makes you look because you're the one stupid enough to be with a loser. And two, in my opinion, this is a breakup move. It would be an argument the first time it happened, and then it would be the end of the relationship if the behavior were repeated. Because your job as a significant other is to be your partner's biggest cheerleader when it comes to how they're seen in public. And if they aren't doing that, then in my opinion, they're trash. Not to say that people can't communicate with friends and family to process difficult parts of the relationship, but if your wife is just unnecessarily shitting on you in public constantly, then that's a sign that you need to get rid of this person.
This is a great Anissa moment. You know her eternal quest to humiliate him? So this is a new chapter.
I really want you to, for all you guys who are listening to this, and I want to really just laser in on this. If you have a partner who shits on you nonstop, publicly, in front of your friends, in front of your family, why are you with them? Why are you excusing that behavior? Why are you not addressing them? Why the fuck are you not zeroing in on that behavior and say, hey, if you can't respect me, then I don't want to fucking be with you. It is so easy to be nice. It's a choice. You have to choose it every day, okay? Go to any Vietnamese massage parlor. You can get jerked off in a sucky, sucky happy ending for $5. Okay? There's no way that you're this ugly to where you have to deal with this shit. I promise you, it is so easy to find someone who treats you nicely if you just have respect for yourself and go to the fucking gym.
I don't know if chat can back me up.
No.
AFABs, gay men, whatever. The bigger the dick, the worse it's sex. Like a lot of men that have
Just the premise alone, he's trapped. He's trapped from the beginning. Either he A is bad at sex or B has a tiny penis. There's no escape.
I don't know if chat can back me.
Okay, honest question. How is someone bad at sex? It just seems like really easy. I don't understand how you fuck it up. Like, where's the part where you like fuck up? If you end in 2 seconds, what is considered a good sex? And then what's considered a bad sex? Cause like, seems pretty easy to just, you know, let them get on top, go to town. When they get tired, flip them over, then you go. And if you get tired, flip them back, right? Make out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty easy. Like, how do you fuck this up? I don't know, get some cardio. Go to the gym a little bit. Is this sex or a pancake? Good one. That got me, bro. That got me. All right. That's the comment. That's the comment of the stream. You run it, man. Yep. Flip them. Yep, you're right. You got me. Anyways, yeah, sex is like a pancake. Easy.
Yeah.
Nope. Back me up, chat.
Again, this would be really sad if iDubbbz weren't a terrible person. I mean, Anissa just like has professional levels of spite for her husband. There are multiple levels here. First, there's like no correct answer here. There's just a less bad one. And two, you get to hear about your partner having sex with other men. She's flaunting her sexual experience publicly while iDubbbz doesn't have any outside of his wife because Anissa is his first girlfriend. And you know what? Everyone's got to start somewhere, and certainly it's better than being used up, so I don't blame him for that. But the part where I lose respect is the part where he just lets this chick walk all over him.
I've met Ian, I've talked to Ian, I've seen his content over the years. Ian is an asshole, but he's also a very passive, live and let live, kind of easygoing guy. He's not a confrontational, aggressive.
I can't tell you how enjoyable he was to play WoW with and to meet in person for OnlyFans. But what a fucking loser he's become since then, man. It's humiliating that this is his legacy. This is his life.
Hostile person. His girlfriend, though, I think absolutely is. I can guarantee you that whenever there's a conflict, she's the one getting mad, and he's the one saying, like, bro, like, stop, I don't want to deal with this, right? And so that's, I think, kind of what happened. If you've ever been in a relationship with a really domineering, aggressive, hostile person like Anissa seems to be, you would know how much that kind of puts your entire mind into like a brain fog. You're in survival mode, exactly. You're constantly in fight or flight around this person. And you also like them, but there's this element of them that's like extremely mercurial, aggressive, and seemingly so in a random way. That, to me, sucks the life force out of a person so fast it is insane.
This is probably true. Actually, allow me to add nuance because I don't think iDubbbz sees it like this. I think if you asked him, he would say he does stand up for himself, but the problem is that it doesn't work.
Like, as our relationship went on, I share a lot. He's wanted me to share less. I've wanted him to share more. We've started to meet in the middle.
Yeah, so they probably have talked about Anissa making him look bad numerous times, but she knows he's not brave enough to do something like leave her, and because there's no threat of negative consequences, it just falls on deaf ears. Instead, she does whatever she wants and continues to treat the internet like her therapist by oversharing, which further adds to the pile of public blackmail against.
Your chat room is not your therapist, okay? I have had, honestly, several moments of weakness, but I am never going to go to my chat and say, chat, I'm dealing with all these issues. Can you guys make me feel better? Fuck no. That's not y'all's jobs. Y'all's job is to be entertained. Whether that's by supporting me or by making fun of me, I don't give a fuck. If you want to call me ugly, bald, fat, I don't care. If you wanted to call me based, true, easy, I don't care. Right? The only thing that's important to me is that when people come to my stream, they are forgetting about the problems of their day-to-day life. I don't care. I just want my chat to have fun or at least be entertained at the bare minimum, right? Obviously, I appreciate all the kind comments. Obviously, every single time I see somebody type true or based or real or facts, I love that shit. I get hard. But at the same time, when somebody calls me bald, I think it's so funny, right? I do. I think it's hilarious. And to be honest, it's like a cute pet name. People say, hey, shut up, Baldy. It's cute. Anyways, let's keep going.
It's iDubbbz. All of this makes me think about a book I read called Good to Great. It's a book about how good businesses transition into becoming the top businesses. So it's about companies, but if you're smart, the ideas are universally applicable. One such universally applicable idea comes from Chapter 3, where the research team for that book found